Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Do you like Netflix? Are you a current Netflix subscriber? Or are you somebody who is sharing your Netflix account with somebody else? Well, this might be of interest to you. Mainly, Netflix is kind of bleeding subscribers. And this could be quite an issue down the road for the preservation of these movies and TVs series that are produced by Netflix. And for those of you that know, in the past I have talked about this whole digital future and was sort of worried about where we're going with this in terms of video games. And I did mention, for example, things like movies and TV. But with this news hitting all over the globe about how Netflix has lost huge amounts of subscribers in the first quarter of 2022 and how they are continuing to lose subscribers, it's absolutely crazy. And now with Netflix slashing several different new shows for this year and canceling certain Netflix originals, it's rather scary. And what I'm most concerned about is that for the first time in a long time, we've actually seen Netflix, the share price, even today, is now below roughly, below 200. It fluctuates back and forth around the 200 mark. That's very concerning. And what's very concerning to me is the preservation of human art and human endeavors. And Netflix, since, 2013, 14, something like that, when Netflix began producing original content, they put it on their platform to be exclusive, and that was a way to get people to want to join their service and support them. It's something that consoles do. It's something that you're seeing, Disney Plus do, and you've got Amazon Prime. They make these sort of exclusive content so that you will sign up. That's the incentive, and that makes perfect sense from a business and subscriber standpoint. However, what I've always said from the beginning is what happens when these companies start to lose money or, God forbid, go bankrupt. I don't think Amazon or Netflix at the moment are going to go bankrupt, but you never know, right? If policies change at Netflix and they stop this whole password sharing stuff and make people have to pay extra or now put ads, or as I was reading an article about putting ads into Netflix shows to make up the revenue loss. I mean, they could completely destroy their company if they did that. But what happens to all that original content that they produced? I was doing a little bit of research on it. Netflix has produced over 1,500 different original content, and there are some that are exclusive to other parts of the world. And I had a very interesting question about this when I first read this a couple weeks ago with the decline of Netflix share prices and then Netflix slashing different projects was, well, how many of that content, of that original content, can I buy at a store and preserve it on a DVD or a Blu-ray disc? How much is available on other platforms that is an original content to Netflix? And I was surprised to find that a large majority of this original content is gone. If Netflix goes under, there is no other place. Only the most popular TV shows like, Stranger Things or, something like that you can find on DVD box sets. But most of the Amazon original movies, they're exclusive to Amazon from what I've read from some of the articles, which I've linked below. And that's pretty scary to me, that we could lose this art form and artwork and people's endeavors that they've put their lives into could be poof, up in smoke if Netflix goes under or they decide to remove remove shows. Where is it going to go? How are we going to get access to this content if it disappears? That scares me. If Netflix has some kind of, place that they're putting this information or they would release it in the public, or if they want to do all that, fine. Or if people know about that and can tell me in the comments below what Netflix might do or have ideas of what they're going to be doing, I'd like to know, because it's concerning to me. Because I'm going to make a video of this later on about video games and preserving their history. But as a society, we're moving to everything being online and streamed. And when you have companies making exclusive online content that is only found on that online platform or service, if that service goes bust, that work is gone. That artwork is gone. That filmography is gone. And a part of our culture and history is gone. And that bothers me, because as somebody who gets nostalgic for certain things, like, look, I have all this crap besides all my books and stuff for teaching and work, but I collect stuff that is important to me and that's nostalgic for different franchises. What happens if a certain show or a certain movie or a series of movies were an original content, let's say in this case on Netflix, and Netflix goes belly up and removes their servers and don't release this movie anywhere else? You will never find it again. So we can never view it again, unless somebody bootlegged it or somebody hacked or has some storage of it somewhere. It could potentially be gone forever, and that scares me, because our culture and important decade-defining cinematography or cultural memes or things that come from some of these TV shows or movies or docuseries or documentaries that are only exclusive on certain platforms are at risk of disappearing, and we'll never be able to go back and analyze them for new generations or to get context, for example. Especially now, because after living through the pandemic, right? There's going to be historians in the future that are going to be, even now, people are writing about it, that are going to look at the impact of the pandemic and how it changed cultures, or the pandemic culture and all this stuff. But if a large chunk of that is online and we can't have access to it down in the future because somebody, these companies get rid of it, or in the case of Netflix, it's possible that in time, what if they go bankrupt or they can't sustain themselves? All that stuff is gone potentially. And it's only a select handful of TV shows or even a couple of movies here and there that they actually released to DVDs or to other formats, and that's something that scares me. This is our culture and artwork from all over the world, and different directors and actors have put their time into this endeavor. And what happens if it goes away and it's gone because it's only on an online format? That really scares me a little. And I know I'm sort of being a little bit scary and doom and gloom. I'm not suggesting that Netflix is going to go under today, tomorrow. But it's a wake-up call to what would happen. What if? What if the subscriber count still goes down? What if, for whatever reason, Netflix can't make it with this high competitive online space with streaming? More and more places are doing streaming, and it's getting very crowded in the streaming platform world. What happens? And these are questions that I have. What happens to the content? What happens to these original series that these various companies put out? Kind of scares me a little. So what are your thoughts, guys? Are you guys worried about preserving some of this important stuff that is all in the online world? And if so, tell me in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe and comment and all of that, because I do enjoy engaging with people and learning from other people. And if you know something that I don't, please let me know in the comments, because this is something that really kind of disturbs me a little, and it's something that I'm hoping in the future, or even now, if enough people uprise and say, we want to preserve this content, that they will, and these companies will have a way of preserving these online original content for future generations to see. So with that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye for now.